No one was truly prepared for what happened that night. The grand concert at Shanghai Arena had already been running for almost an hour, the stage lights shifting between deep blue and shimmering gold as thousands of fans screamed and cheered without pause. People had come to support various artists performing at the event, but none expected that someone who had vanished from the public eye for months, someone whose name had become nothing more than whispers, rumors, and unanswered questions, would suddenly appear at the center of the stage and freeze the entire arena in stunned silence. That person was Tian Xuning, the man who once stood in the spotlight yet disappeared as if swallowed by the earth after a series of mysterious incidents. Ever since the rumors, an accident, personal conflict, secret love scandals spread wildly without any official clarification, Tian Xuning's name became a puzzle the public couldn't solve. Fans speculated endlessly. He stopped appearing in public events, his social media turned silent, and even people close to him claimed he was taking time to heal. No one knew if that was true or just an excuse to hide something far more serious. But that night, all those theories exploded into an emotional shockwave that shook the arena. The show had been progressing normally, spectators singing and shouting enthusiastically, until suddenly every light in the arena went completely dark. The once glowing venue was swallowed by pitch black. Confusion erupted. Some fans assumed it was an intentional stage effect, but something about it felt different, heavier, colder, more mysterious. The music stopped, the LED screens glitched as if losing signal, and the air grew tense. Then, from the center of the stage, a silhouette appeared. A white spotlight slowly illuminated the figure from behind, creating a shadow of someone walking forward with steady, deliberate steps. The audience held their breath. Soft screams turned into a growing wave of disbelief. Then the LED screen stabilized, flashing the face everyone had been searching for. Tian Xuning, someone shouted from the front row, followed by an eruption of shrieks as thousands stood up in shock. It was really him. With slightly longer hair, sharper eyes, and an aura so intense he felt like a different person, Tian Xuning had returned. The second his face became visible, the arena exploded. Cries, screams of joy, shouts of astonishment, everything blended into one chaotic symphony of emotion. No one imagined he would appear at an event this big without any announcement. Even the show's host looked lost. Cameras zoomed in on him, capturing every detail of his expression. He wasn't smiling brightly like before. Instead, he wore a small, calm smile, the kind that showed quiet strength, the kind someone earns after surviving something heavy. But the most shocking part wasn't just his return. It was the way he walked to the center of the stage, took the microphone, and stared into the crowd as if searching for one specific person among the thousands watching him. Everyone thought he would start singing, or deliver a dramatic speech explaining all the rumors. But Tian Xuning simply drew a long breath and uttered a single sentence that silenced the entire arena. "Sorry for making you wait so long." That was all. Yet the impact was overwhelming. People burst into tears. Some covered their mouths. Others screamed into their phones, desperate to record every second of this unbelievable moment. But not everyone focused solely on the joy of his return. Some observant fans noticed the subtle limp in his right leg, the slight weight he put on it when he shifted his stance. Cameras captured it clearly. Rumors of past injuries resurfaced, and fans realized something serious had happened during his disappearance. The white spotlight highlighted something else, a black band wrapped around his wrist. Many assumed it was part of his outfit, but some fans remembered whispers about a violent altercation before he vanished. Others believed he had been kidnapped. Some said he had escaped immense pressure and left the industry. His appearance provided relief, yet raised even more questions. After a few moments, Tian Xuning gestured to the live band behind the stage. Soft instrumental music began to play. No one knew he had prepared something special, a brand new song he had written while struggling through the darkest chapter of his life. The song was titled "A Place to Return." As he began to sing, his gentle yet powerful voice filled the arena. The first lyric alone brought many to tears. Every word carried pain, loss, and hope, as if he was finally confessing the truth he had locked away for months. His voice trembled slightly, his eyes glassy, but he continued singing, as if this stage was the only place he could truly speak. Yet the biggest shock was still to come. Midway through the performance, as red and blue lights danced around the stage, the sound of footsteps echoed. Someone was entering from the left. When the audience turned their heads and realized who it was, the scream that followed was even louder than before. It was Ziyu, the man often tied to Tian Xuning in countless complicated rumors. Once close, later seen in heated arguments, then suddenly distant. His appearance on stage alongside Tian Xuning sent fans into full chaos. Ziyu walked slowly, stopping a few meters away from Tian Xuning. His gaze held a mixture of tension, longing, and unresolved emotion, something raw and unmistakable. Cameras captured the moment with precision, projecting it onto the massive LED screen. Fans screamed until their voices cracked. Many believed their relationship, whatever it truly was, had ended for good. But tonight proved otherwise. Tian Xuning glanced at him briefly, offering a small, soft smile before returning to the song. When the chorus began, Ziyu stepped closer and picked up a second microphone. Their voices blended effortlessly, as if they were meant to perform together all along. Their harmony made thousands shake with goosebumps. The most emotional moment happened when Tian Xuning's voice cracked from emotion, causing him to bow his head as he inhaled shakily. Without hesitation, Ziyu stood beside him and gently rested a hand on his shoulder. The crowd roared. Many fans were openly sobbing at the tenderness between them. It was clear their bond was far deeper than anyone had realized. After the final note faded, the two men stared at each other for a moment that felt eternal. It was as if Ziyu was saying, "You're really back," and Tian Xuning was answering, "Thank you for staying." It was a level of honesty neither had ever shown on stage before. A few minutes later, Tian Xuning finally addressed the crowd again. He thanked everyone who had supported him. He didn't give details about his disappearance, but he confessed he had gone through something difficult and would never forget it. His words were enough to comfort fans, even though many mysteries remained. As he walked off stage, he turned back once to look at the sea of glowing light sticks. His expression made it clear, he wasn't just physically back, he had returned with a stronger heart. That night, the world realized something important. Tian Xuning had not merely returned. He had risen. And the biggest twist. That night was only the beginning. New rumors were already brewing, new speculations forming, and everyone was talking about the moment that changed everything, the moment Tian Xuning stepped onto the stage and made the world stop breathing.